welcome to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet Michael. It is Shenandoah County Tourism Tuesday. Kary, Haun, and I sitting at Natural Art Garden Center.
Yes.
How are you, my friend?
How am I? I'm doing well. It's warming up outside a little bit.
It is spring, so it could also be cold again, and who knows what.
I've had an opportunity to get in my garden, and that's really awesome. That's really my favorite thing to do. And graduations have happened,
And you are, if I'm not mistaken, about to become a true empty nester because both of your kids have gone off to college and have finished college, and now they're going off to real life things.
it actually just happened on Monday. One left at 7:30 in the morning, and the other left at about 11:30 in the morning. One is off to a graduate program in South Carolina, and the other one is going to work for the national parks out at Great Basin National Park.
Which is so amazing.
And she's going to do dark sky conservation and teach astronomy. So it's been like 3 days that we've not had our kids at home.
And don't necessarily expect them, which is the other weird part.
Yeah.
Because even when they go off to college, you know, they're coming home on breaks. They're going to be back at some point.
Yeah, no, so it's been really fun. My daughter's had to drive across the country to get to,
I would
to
be
the
a
middle
hot
of
mess.
nowhere.
Right.
And so it's been fun to watch her journey for sure.
So speaking of journeys, we're going to talk to Jess Steyn today, who's the new owner at Natural Art Garden Center. Not so new, because you've been at this for a while, right, Jess?
It's been about a year and a half.
So explain to me how that happened, because I knew Lynne, and Lynne has done the show multiple times, and I know she was looking to make a change in her life. How did the two of you come together? How did this all happen?
So we were customers here. We moved to this area about 5.5 years ago. My husband stopped in the one day looking for some stuff for our veggie garden, and him and Lynne just kind of connected. And so he came back home and he's like, "You've got to come with me. You've got to meet Lynne. She's so sweet and the place is great." I was like, okay. So we hopped in the car with the 3 boys and over we came, and it was Mother's Day. And she took them aside and she potted up little marigolds with them, and they presented them to me. And so we've been customers here since then. We happened to pop in the one day talking to Lynne, and she just out of the blue started sharing that she was interested in possibly selling this business, and that there were a couple options that kind of fell through, and this, that, and the other. And my husband and I were already looking for a small business. I've been a stay-at-home mom. My oldest is 14, 11, and 9. We homeschool. And it just got to the point where they're getting a little bit older. And I'm like, I need something to do. And so we were looking at a small business. I'm a former hairdresser. That's what I did in Pennsylvania. So we were looking at a hair salon that had just went on the market, which is not necessarily a place that, not that you can't raise boys in a salon, but it's not a family-run business. And so we just didn't feel right about that. And then when Lynne started sharing that the garden center was possibly an option, we pulled out of here, and I looked at my husband and I was like, "You want to buy a garden center?"
I love that.
And he was like, "We can talk about that."
Now, were you gardeners? Were you plant enthusiasts?
So we have always been outdoorsy. We've always been very in touch with nature. Gardeners, no, I wouldn't say that. Did we know plants, and we knew like a tree, a shrub, a perennial, an annual? Yes, we did know a bit of that stuff. However, you start throwing those Latin terms around, that's enough to confuse anybody.
I'm sorry, that's a hosta. That's not whatever you just said.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I can't even tell you what that Latin term
I couldn't
is.
either. Obviously, it all worked out. So how did you work out the details?
It's been great. So we just sat down with Lynne and Scott and had a conversation with them and just told them what we would be comfortable with, what they were comfortable with, and they kind of held our hands for the first couple months. And then we just kind of broke free from them on that. And so it was great having their support. They would not have just let it go to anybody.
Right.
It meant a lot to us that they felt like, okay, you guys got this. And when I tell you that they had faith in us, they had faith in us. It meant a lot that they said, okay, yeah, you guys, you would definitely be a good fit.
I would imagine, too, knowing Lynne as I do, that even now, a year and a half later, if you have to call her up and ask her something, she is all in on helping still.
100%. 100%. Yeah, I know that she is busy, and I know that she has a lot going on, so I try to use my own resources first. I'll look online, but if there's any kind of confusion, I would 100% pick up the phone and call her and ask her.
She's about to have summers free, so she'll have a little bit more time now because she's teaching now at Warren County Middle School, I believe. So you might be able to even con her into coming back and ordering plants in the summer.
Maybe.
Lynne, if you're listening.
Yes, Janet has just volunteered you for something that you had no idea you were about to do. But Kary, this speaks to Shenandoah County businesses in general. Is a lot of them that have been around as long as Lynne had this before Jess and her family stepped in, really are, they want to make sure that business continues even if they're not the one continuing it.
I think we've seen this a number of different times. In fact, we just interviewed with the folks over at North Mountain, and I remember Krista saying, I don't want this business to go to just anybody. And I think that we've seen that a number of different times with other businesses in this community, because the people who build something here want to see it last a long time in a similar way to the way that they built it. And I think that it also speaks to just the nature of our community, wanting to keep this community rural and community-like, and small business owners. And
so many of us are set in our ways. So I don't want to find a new place to go and get my hanging baskets or my hydrangea bushes or my Christmas tree, for that matter. So the fact that you've kept a lot of things the same is really beneficial.
Yeah, and even the Christmas trees. Lynne always named the Christmas trees. We have even carried on that tradition.
That's awesome.
I wouldn't be surprised if she wrote that into the contract, because that was a big deal for her.
I know. It was so cute. I was like, I definitely have to keep that one going.
So there are a lot of the same things that people are going to find when they come here to shop. You have a lot of the same things.
Absolutely. From veggies to hanging baskets, annuals, perennials, shrubs, trees. And then the Christmas season, we do the wreaths, we have Christmas trees, poinsettias, we have houseplants. So yeah, we've kept most things the same. We still have bulk. So we do compost, mulch, topsoil, sand, gravel, all that stuff. We just don't do the landscaping anymore. So you're not going to come and find the big landscaping stones and different things like that, but we are 100% true to the garden center.
And you have in some ways made it your own as well, because that's the whole point of buying a business, is to be able to express yourself.
Absolutely. We made some minor changes along with rearranging the greenhouse a little bit, and we have the family here. So I've got the 3 boys, and I always have 1 or 2 of them with me, so that is a prime thing. Customers come in and, where are the boys?
I heard someone, literally while I was waiting for you to get here, Kary, there was a gentleman here that said, hey, I need to see your son. I need help loading something or whatever, but he was asking for the kids.
For the boys. The boys love being here. They love helping the customers. They love that interaction that they get.
You were also telling me that you had taken the topper off of the greenhouse because you wanted people to be able to see the view. You're not necessarily growing here, so there was no need for that.
Yeah, so there were 2 changes that we made. So here in the greenhouse, we've put a metal roof on because it was the greenhouse roof, because I guess originally they did grow things in this particular spot. So we put a metal roof on here, that way the sun doesn't beat in here all the time. And there were some leaks, so the leaks are now gone. And then the bubble house outside, which was a place that you could start seeds and grow things, we took that off because we have a gorgeous view in the back. And when you're on the patio shopping the perennials and the annuals, you can't see the mountains because the bubble house is right there.
Yeah.
So we have a plan to kind of just move it, but right now we took the top off. We're using that to keep the trees from blowing over. We're hanging baskets there so people can shop and just see the beauty that is behind us.
What's been the biggest thing that you have learned? Did you walk into this thinking, oh, this is going to be fairly easy, it's a fully operational business, I just have to order these things at this time, and then all of a sudden it was like, holy cow, I did not realize I'd have to know how to do this?
Yeah, okay, so ordering things is not just I'm going to place an order today that'll come next week. You have to have some fall orders for spring pre-books. So
timing is important, apparently.
Exactly. So that was also one thing. Lynne sat down with me the Christmas season that we were here still together, and I went through a list of all these things with her, and she's like, yes, you want that? Yes, 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 yes. Get that, get that, get that. No, that's typically available then. So she really did help me feel a little bit more comfortable with that. Last year, I was flying by the seat of my pants, trying to figure out what we needed to get in here. This year, I felt a little more comfortable with that because the customers that come here, a lot of them want the same thing year after year after year. I am still learning that.
Yeah.
Lynne had it all in her brain.
She
You've got to put it in your brain.
She did, and she did fill me in on the certain people that got certain things. So I did know a couple of those things going into it. But yeah, and there's still people that come, oh, I don't see this. Do you have that anymore? Oh, that wasn't really something that I wanted to get in, but I can.
But here, let me get it for you.
Exactly.
Because that's the other part of what's so cool about a business like this is you don't have to be so hard and fast with your inventory. If I come in and say, hey, I need an orange Christmas cactus,
Yeah.
you can likely find one for me.
Usually, yes. And I try to. And that's what I tell people, especially when they're walking around and they're looking, and are you looking for anything in particular that you don't see? Because if you are, please tell me.
Yeah.
I am happy to try to get stuff in.
How much have you had to learn about things like this gets full sun and this doesn't get full sun? And you're going to have to go through the Master Gardener class, I suspect.
Exactly. So I am so thankful for tags on plants because they give you all the information. There's way too many things out there to try to remember all the details about every variety because you have some azaleas that you can put in more sun than others. There's different, of the same plant, there's different varieties that can take totally different aspects of things. So you really just have to read the tag.
Let's take a break. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit about the fact that you are still ingrained in the community. We were talking before we recorded about how you donated plants for various community things. So can we talk about that for a bit in the next segment?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're going to do all that when we come back. We are sitting at Natural Art Garden Center today on Route 11, just between Strasburg and Woodstock.
Yep.
We're going to get Jess to give us the address and all of their hours and that sort of thing when we come back. It is Shenandoah County's Tourism Tuesday, so Kary Haun here with me as well, and we're going to talk more in just a couple of minutes.
Okay, what are you doing with your kids all summer? I can't do another screen time marathon every time it's too hot outside or I need to work.
Same. That's why I signed mine up for Typewriter Studio camps.
Oh, I've seen that place. In Old Town Winchester, it's cute. Art, right?
Yeah, but way more than that. Confidence, goals, history, culture, with real art educators. And different camps every week. My kids actually grow there.
Wait, what ages?
1st through 8th grade, June through August. Half or full day. And you can even stack with the Discovery Museum.
Okay, that's smart.
Starts at just $180 with sibling discounts, so both of yours can go.
Send me that link.
Already did. It's typewriterstudio.org. Oh, and use code FULLDAY at checkout for 15% off the PM camps.
Don't waste another summer. Have your kid explore, play, create cool art, and build friendships in a safe, creative space with limited class sizes and licensed teachers. Visit typewriterstudio.org and click Summer Camps. Use code FULLDAY at checkout for 15% off the PM camp. Additional savings for members.
Welcome back to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet Michael. It is Shenandoah County's Tourism Tuesday. Kary Haun and I are sitting at Natural Art Garden Center. Jess Steyn is here with us. We've been talking about all of the lessons learned, and you've really settled in though, Jess, because you were very ingrained in the community from day one.
I have tried to be very ingrained in the community. I have made some quick connections with some people that have helped. And then I'm also carrying on some of the traditions that Lynne started as well. We're lending plants to Strasburg High School for their graduation to decorate their stage. The Middletown Farmers Market that just got started up, they had a photo booth, and so we lent some plants for that. And then the Lost Arts Festival in Stephen City a couple weeks ago, we had a truck decorated there for a photo booth, and
I was there. I saw that and
Okay.
did not know that was you.
yeah, that's us. That's us. So the signs are there. I'm just trying to get our name out there because there's still so many people that drive past this business every single day that pop in for the first time. They don't know that we're here. They don't really know what we are, or they think that it's still the landscaping business.
And so let's talk about that for a second, because as you're driving down Route 11, you would maybe assume that this is a commercial landscaping company and not necessarily a garden center where I can pop in and get a couple of hanging baskets.
Exactly, because the first thing you see is the bulk down at the bottom, and then you see the sign Natural Art Garden Center.
I could see where that would cause some confusion, but I love that you're getting out into all these other events and then people are like, oh, that's what that place is. I need to go there this weekend or tomorrow afternoon after work or something.
Exactly.
And it is really in a great location. It's right when you get off the Tomsbrook exit and where that road dumps you into Route 11. It's like
Right there.
it's almost right there.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great location.
It's a
between
convenient little
Strasburg.
spot because I get off that exit a lot.
And it's also not one that has heavily trafficked. Most of the people are turning on or off of that exit, so it's really easy to get in that center lane and cut across to come up this way. You're not sitting there going, oh my gosh, are these cars ever going to end? You're in a really unique spot on Route 11 that way.
Yeah. And then we've been having a lot of people come from Front Royal as well, because Front Royal doesn't have a garden center anymore.
That's right. Springtime closed.
Yep. So we've been having a lot of people coming over from that area. So that's been great to meet even people from that community.
And you have, I mentioned it earlier, but you've got hanging baskets galore outside. You've got hydrangeas in pots. You've got azaleas. You've got trees. You've got shrubs. You've got all sorts of stuff.
We have all the stuff you need to beautify your home.
And if people lost maybe, say, their tomato plants because of the frosts and the freezes that we've gotten recently, which aren't technically supposed to happen after Mother's Day, but did anyway, because Mother Nature apparently doesn't know what a calendar looks like. Supply is limited, but they can still come.
They can still come. Our suppliers are starting to run low, so we're trying to get as much as we can in. That way we have it. They say Mother's Day is the good planting day. This year it has not been. May 15th is technically the last frost day in this area.
Oh, that's good to know.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yes, because I usually plant my zinnias just after Mother's Day, but
Yeah.
I'm a little bit behind this year, which is probably a very good thing.
It is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are coming in, they're like, we're behind schedule. I'm like, no, you're good right now.
Yeah. So we were just talking about where you're located on Route 11. What are your hours? When are you open?
Our hours fluctuate a little bit by season, and that tends to confuse people. But right now, our hours are 9 to 4, Monday through Saturday, and we are open from 12 to 3 on Sunday. Our hours are very available on Google Maps, on our website, on our Facebook page, on our Instagram page. We always update there if we have any kind of change in our hours.
And that's super good to know, because that's where I go to. I rarely will call someplace to see if they're open. I'll pull up their Facebook page and look at their hours to see if they might still be open.
Yep, yeah, we keep that stuff updated.
And will that stay through the summer? When you say seasonal, when will your hours typically change?
So we will cut back a little in the summer when it starts to get way too hot. People are not coming.
Well, you're not planning anything then.
They're not planning anything. So we come in, we're here every day because we need the water. So we are open every day, 7 days a week. But we can cut back. We'll be here maybe Tuesday and Thursday just in the mornings or something like that.
And then how can people find you online?
Our website is naturalartgardencenter.com. We are Natural Arts with a Z on the end on Instagram, and then Natural Art Garden Center on Facebook.
And you're pretty good too about posting things and highlighting. You're doing a good job.
That is a full-time job.
Yes, it is.
That's a full-time job. I don't think I posted much this week just because we've had like 4 orders come in and it's been crazy, but I try.
Yeah,
I try hard.
Lynne's cheat was that she would just record herself doing the things that she had to do anyway.
She would record herself live. I haven't started to do that yet. I think I just posted a picture of me and my husband the other day because it was our anniversary. That was the first selfie I've ever posted on there. I'm like, I don't like that.
Yeah, it takes a special kind of person to feel comfortable doing those live things. I was always kudos to you because I don't even know that I could do those.
Exactly.
So, Kary, aside from everything blooming, are there cool, fun things happening in and around Shenandoah County?
You know that
she
there
asks,
are,
knowing
right?
the answer.
Yes. No, gosh, now that the weather's getting to be really nice, there's tons of things going on. Farmers markets are starting to open up. So, you've got one down in Woodstock, you've got one out at Bryce Resort, and there's tons of them throughout the county. So you can check out our website. We have those all listed and what their hours are. Down at Orkney Springs, they have a flower arranging workshop on May 29th. They do special yoga programs. Of course, on the weekends, especially Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you can go to any one of our 8 vineyards and find that they have live music happening. Drink some wine, have some snacks. The breweries as well, they have live music. I know the Woodstock BrewHouse, they have that outdoor patio. That's a Thursday night thing that they have live music there. Swover Creek has got some artists lined up. Murray's Fly Shop, May 30th, has a full day fly fishing school. You can check out their website and find out how you can get involved in a
One of these days, we're
going
going to have to sign up for that class and record our way through it.
I think we should.
Because I think that's a fascinating thing to learn.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to get on a kayak and go on the river at 8 o'clock in the morning like you did last month. But I would be interested in having way high waders and standing out in the middle of the river
I feel like
in the middle of the day trying to fish.
When the sun is shining. Okay, I can get behind that. Yeah. And then finally, June 5th, Wander Woodstock. That's from 5 to 8 p.m. And businesses stay open. They have live music. There's a whole lot of specials and vendors set up for different types of arts and crafts, and businesses open. So you should go check that out too.
And as we mentioned, I mean, you've got the park, you've got Seven Bend State Park, you can go for a hike anytime, you've got Shenandoah National Park, you've got so many things around here, nature related, that people can go and do.
I have really made it a point to spend more time in our state park, and I have been walking probably 3 times a week. I'll go and do a big full loop, and that's just been something I've really enjoyed. So highly recommend.
It's such a calming thing to do.
It is, because half the walk you're walking along the river.
That's true.
Which is just lovely. And the things that you get to see are amazing.
And you have, if I'm not mistaken, I'll call them itineraries, but you have suggestions for people on your website of looking for something to do that maybe isn't specific to this event on this day, but people can go and enjoy and have an experience.
Yes, for sure. If you go to our website, you can find itineraries, you can find blogs that sort of give you an outline of a specific topic. We have routes that are already established for really great ways to do a scenic drive or to do a bike ride. So yeah, our website is a pretty good resource for just what do I want to do today? And then of course you can always go to our events page and see if there's an event happening as well.
That also, I can say, hey, I've got family coming in 2 weeks. I can just see what's happening on that weekend in 2 weeks on your website.
Yes, you can actually click, if you go to the events, you can click on a button that just says what's happening this weekend.
I love that, because then I don't have to troll Facebook and try and figure out who do I not know about that I wouldn't think to look. It's all right there on your website.
Yes, for sure.
So tell me what that is one more time before we wrap up.
Sure, it's visit shenandoahcounty.com.
Thank you for connecting me with Jess and bringing me back to natural art, although I didn't see a lot of orange hanging baskets. You and I got to talk about that. Not a lot of orange flowers in those hanging baskets out there.
Do you know how hard it is to find orange flowers, Jen?
I think I'm about to learn, aren't I?
Probably. I have to admit, I would always go for the tangerine orange geraniums. So if you couldn't find orange geraniums, it'd be because I got them all.
So rude. All right. I'm coming to your house and I'm going to start clipping them, and then I'll bring them to Jess and she can start them for me.
That's right.
There you go. I'll be happy to.
See, this is what you call customer service. I will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley Today, just a few minutes after noon, so meet me here then.